And then all right, this is for SmackDown and for Backlash predictions tomorrow, guys. Give us just a couple of minutes and we'll be underway. Now remember, at the end of the show, we'll start bringing people up to ask questions and talk things. Taco, I really like what you said in Discord about Ted Turner, dude. You're right. Not even a thing about the There should be a chat also available on the right-hand side. So,
Steel cage breaks, bodies fly, ladders rise, the crowd's war cry. Power bombs, necks collide, suffering fuels the warrior's pride. Revolution X, watching pain ignite.
always
Chaos, screaming through the fight. Blood on the mat, chaos reigns. We review the carnage, the glory, the pain. Every slam, every roar. Revolution X craves more. Chairs swing, skulls collide, ropes burn as giants collide. Submission holds, arms snap, twisting fate in a brutal trap. Revolution X, judges of despair. Wrestling's torment, we rip and tear.
I don't doubt it, Taco.
Blood
I don't
on
doubt
the
it.
mat, chaos reigns. We review
Amen,
the
Dark Tree.
carnage, the glory, the pain.
And you're good, Wally.
Every
Thanks for stopping in.
slam, every roar.
Sure you're done, Wally.
Revolution X craves more.
I'm curious to see what everybody's got to say about Backlash tomorrow night. So get the predictions ready because come the end of the stream, we're going to want those. We got you, Matt. Hydrate and proceed. Like the countdown. Yeah, they can hear on your channel, but I don't know. Oh wow. Okay, Pepper.
Chaos reigns. We review
Hi, by the way.
carnage, the glory, the pain.
Don't know. We'll see.
Every slam, every roar.
Oh, I can't get. We're about to go live, Pepper.
Revolution X craves more.
Is that you just putting up your hand to wave? All right. Hand us the fiddle.
So
What's
funny
up,
reviewer,
everybody?
right on
Welcome
par
in.
with me because the race
Oh, wow.
is to 70
Whoops.
is on. 69
Way to
starts
go.
this weekend. Oh, you want a
Whoops.
69 this weekend?
I don't even know
MJ?
why that popped
You're
up.
on.
I don't
Whoops.
know.
Whoops.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the
Because I was-
Doobie Den. It is Friday night, so you know what that means. It's another edition of the Rev X Wrestling Review. I'm Buddha Fire. That's MJ Hat. We are Revolution X, and we bring to you the weekend review of WWE, Raw, SmackDown, any wrestling news that comes in between. And man, this week, bad.
Yeah, man. This week was kind of horrible. I'm just going to throw it out there and straight out and say horrible. Let's see. Who all we got in the chat, by the way? I see all kinds of people peeking their heads in. I see a Broken Wolf, a Vinny, a C Engineering, a Matt, Rage, Dark Tree,
Booty.
McTaco, Big Booty Banga, Aspie. Yeah, thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
we're-
Appreciate that.
We're already starting
Hard to
strong.
watch for me. Yeah, dude, honestly, this whole week has been, like, hard to watch, and you're not wrong. McTaco says, "Probably 7 hours of commercials with 55 minutes of wrestling." I hope not. I hope not, but, you know, why the hell not, right? Buddha, man, let me come straight to you because I know you were just as disappointed as I was with tonight, man.
Yes.
Just, oh my well, well, um, what was Raw better? Tell me
Raw
Raw
was
was better.
Raw was definitely better, but that's been
Good.
like an ongoing thing for months now, so nothing new there.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
Yeah. What's
alert.
up, WD? Thank you for
WD.
the lurk, brother. Uh, Vinny, there are lots of people who feel that way. Lots of people who feel that way. I forgot I had my STFC open. Uh, yeah. Okay. So Raw came to you this week from Omaha, Nebraska. They
Omaha.
start with a recap of Finn and the judge. Oh yeah, they start with a recap of Finn in the Judgment Day clubhouse last week, and then we cut to Judgment Day in the back. Liv is pissed because Finn was in the clubhouse. Uh, And she starts talking to Roxanne, and Liv makes her promise that she won't keep secrets, and little Roxy does. Blah blah blah. Boring segment. Why is the Judgment Day still alive? Why
Good
is this a
question.
thing?
That is a
I
good question.
I thought when Edge created it 4 5 years ago at this
All
point.
good, WD.
Is that is that right? Thanks, buddy.
4 years ago.
4 years ago?
Yep.
Uh man, it's just solidly disappointing. Solidly disappointing. Um, the opening match though was Finn Balor taking on Judgment Day member JD McDonough. Who brought JD into the Judgment Day? Who was that? Who did that?
I think it was Finn Balor.
I don't- It was Finn Balor. Ha! Imagine that. Imagine that. Uh, solid match between these two as they know each other so well. JD gets the upper hand and Roxanne comes down to the ring back from commercial, and now we have all the members of Judgment Day out. JD hits a Spanish fly on Balor, and Balor lands on the side of his head. Ooh. Mysterio gets caught cheating and is sent to the back. Liv distracts the ref and throws the hammer to Roxanne, who uses it to hit Finn. Roxanne actually hit Finn? What? No, I'm kidding. I seen it. I know she did. Uh, JD with a big headbutt, and 3 seconds later, Judgment Day wins. What did you think about that?
Honestly, they're not going to have Roxanne screw it up yet. You could see that she had mixed emotions in that, but honestly and truthfully, for the moment, they're going to have her stay as close to Liv as possible. I feel as though that's going to be your next big feud, is be Liv and Roxanne.
Yeah, Dart Tree. I don't think that that's where we're heading, and I'm going to tell you why. Saudi Arabia. The
It's true.
even more than that, though. It is an international conglomerate. They make millions upon millions of dollars. So it just even if the events aren't that great, people are still going to buy it because the competition is AEW, and AEW is great, but it's not WWE.
That's
WWE
fair.
has become it's like NFL, NCAA, and then high school kind of. That's your independent circuit. So
Yeah.
Um, anyway, they plug Hulk Hogan, the Real American documentary on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, you should. And it's not just me saying it; it's Sports Illustrated saying it. It's. I'm sorry. My Becky Lynch kicked off there. We get a backstage interview with Seth Rollins. Says he told Breaker if he's going to take his chances, he better finish the job. And wait, where did I miss the? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did we miss a segment? Did we miss a segment? I think we missed a segment. Well, Rollins isn't dead yet. At some point, Seth Rollins and Breaker got into it. I don't remember where this was at. This was at the Open when we had Roman Reigns coming out to the ring, and Seth comes out and goes, "You're in my way," and goes in front of him. So that's what we missed there.
Yeah.
Rollins comes out and attacks. Or I'm sorry, Breaker comes out and attacks. Blah blah blah. Same old shtick. Same old shtick. It's not really nothing to write home about. Um, Backlash first hour will be on ESPN2, and Roman will defend the title against Jacob Fatu. That is decided on Monday.
Actually,
What?
that's not right anymore. They switched that.
Yep,
It's down later in
I
the.
know the. Uh, what is the first match? Do you know?
It's probably going to be Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
That sounds more right. We get a recap of Roman and Jacob from last Monday. Please remember these were wrote on Monday too, so that's kind of the thing. Buddha does the Monday notes, which he's very good at and very talented, and I love him for it. And I do the Friday notes, and I suck, don't I, Buddha?
A little bit.
Yeah, but you know what you're doing. We get a recap of the Vision, Joe Hendry, and the Street Profits. Oy, 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 oy. In the back, Heyman is with the Vision, and he tells Logan Paul he can fight Joe Hendry tonight because he's going to get, or he can't fight Joe Hendry tonight because he'll get himself thrown in jail. He says Austin Theory will do it for you, though. Great, wonderful, fantastic. The Joe Hendry against the Vision, right? And where, how does that? Like I know I'm a Joe Hendry fan, so I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or anything. But what about you, man? I'm always the one talking about Joe Hendry. Where do you stand on Joe Hendry?
I think it's a good way to get him started instead of putting him in a main event scene, I guess, so to speak. They've got him coming up, I guess, is the best way to word it. So honestly and truthfully, I think them putting him, Vision esque will be a good place to start him at to get him going.
Uh, Matt says they haven't announced the first match yet. I thought they did, but I guess they probably changed it. So it's probably Seth and Braun Breaker, though. I would imagine Buddha's right. Um, Match number 2 was a tag team match. It was Penta and Javon Evans versus Rusev and Ethan Page. Boy, that all ego. I'll tell you what. Uh, this was a pretty dull match. You could see that this was just thrown together. Basically, who's in the Intercontinental title picture at the moment. Penta finally gets the tag to Javon Evans. He gets into his bouncy self, hits a springboard clothesline, gets a 1-2 ooh. Evans hits a springboard on the outside and gets the tag to Penta. Penta gets intercepted by Rusev, who hits a side suplex. Thank you, C. Into the announce table, then throws Penta back into the ring. Page hits a modified suplex for the dub. All ego, man. Where you at?
What a way to start on the roster. I mean, like you can't put everybody in the main title scene. So the fact they've got Hendry fighting the Vision and they've got Ethan in the Intercontinental Picture title, scene is probably the best way to word it or best way to work it.
Good night, C.
Good night, see.
Yeah, I agree. At least they're bringing NXT talents in. You good? Oh, your head?
My head is pounding.
I'm sorry, brother.
It's all good.
I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Well, then let's fly through here. Adam Pearce is in the ring, says he loves given the opportunity to sign a contract with Raw or SmackDown, and introduces us to a clip of Sol Ruka. A vignette plays. Her and Adam Pearce introduces her. Sol comes out to the ring, says that she's going to feel so damn good when she signs the contract. And then Becky Lynch's music hits. Says it's supposed to be her time. Sol tells her she's a rude, big-headed bitch. Becky says she won't hear it. Sol signs the contract, and Becky asks, who is she? And she said, Sol Ruka says, and I quote, I'm Sol Ruka, and not only will I kick your ass, but I will snatch your soul. Oh, chef's kiss. It was heaven. That was great. Becky goes for the cheap shot, ends up hitting Pierce. So then hits a soul snatcher to end the segment. That probably one of the better segments of the night. Just hands down.
She did botch the finisher, Matt. You're absolutely right. But the fact that she was able to still get that much air to be able to hit that move as well as she did, I gave her props for that.
Yeah. See, thank you, Matt. Appreciate that too about Seth and Breaker. He's confirmed on ESPN what you said. Uh, we get a replay of Jacob and Solo from Friday night. The Usos are interviewed backstage about the contract signing for later. They say the tribal chief can handle his own, and they're just there to make sure things go smoothly. And they look into the camera and say, "Good luck, little cousin Jacob." Yeet. um, Match number 3 was a singles match. It was Joe Hendry taking on Austin Theory. Before the match started, they're singing the Fire Logan Paul song, which is out on Apple Music now, by the way. Paul comes out heated and tells him he will take care of it, but gets clotheslined out of the ring for his trouble. Theory gets the upper hand for a bit, but Hendry is finally able to get some offense in just before Logan Paul causes the DQ. Vision beat up on Hendry until the Street Profits make the save. Braun Breaker then comes down and takes out the Profits, and then Rollins comes down and takes out Breaker. Back in the ring, Montez Ford takes out the Vision by flipping over the ring post, which distracts Rollins, allowing Breaker to destroy him with a sphere. So there's 2 storylines right here. And it's 2 good ones, actually. I'm about the Vision and the Street Profits. I think that that's going to be good.
Right.
And I'm also about Braun versus Seth. What about you?
Braun versus Seth is going to be freaking awesome. I wish they would have put the Vision against the Street Profits on the Backlash card just to have another match. That would have been great, but unfortunately, we're going to have to wait for that.
Rage, thank you for the 20, my dude. Appreciate that.
Right on.
Yeah, those of you that are coming in and just lurking, that's awesome. We appreciate that here. Open up a tab and get Buddha's numbers up if you don't mind. That'd be great. That being said, where are we?
Thank you, Rage.
Really? You good? Sorry, my toddler just fell over. Yeah, backstage interview with Judgment Day that's interrupted by Bailey and Lyra. This is all about the women's tag team titles. Man, this could go so many different ways. They have so many women teams, and not that that's a bad thing. It's not.
No.
I'm about it, but I think that they're diluting it a little bit by having too many. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I had to choose 4, right? I'll tell you who I'm not choosing. Irresistible Forces. Stop. Lord Almighty, my toddler's about to get a timeout. Wink, wink. Next up, we get the Obafemi Open Challenge. It's Obafemi, who we think is going to be Akira Tozawa. He comes out, you can tell he's scared, he's nervous, he gets in the ring, he walks up to Obafemi, and he looks up at him, and he goes, no, 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 and then Otis gets in the ring, which would have made for a better real match anyway, you know, because they're both kind of giant dudes. Stop. That's enough. Oba makes very light work of Otis, though, and hits Fall of Man from the corner to get the victory. Do you think Oba could have actually got him up?
If Otis could have jumped, yeah.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah. I don't think Otis could have cleared that height.
Right. Sim Game and Dark Tree says hype, and Sim Game agrees with you. Yeah. I don't know. Otis is a 400-pound dude. I don't really understand. Like, oi. We get a backstage segment with the Street Profits, Joe Hendry and Seth Rollins. Rollins tells the Street Profits that they are fighting the same fight, but from now on, he'll stay out of their way and they stay out of his. I think we're going to see a 6-man tag next week.
Good.
I mean, that's just the way they do things, right? Come on, chat. You know I'm telling you the truth. That's how it is. You feel like Otis is underrated, Vinny. I agree. Dark Tree says Oba needs a real match. I understand why they're doing what they are, but they need a real match for him once in a while. Well, they're trying to protect him right now because he's still got that. He beat Brock Lesnar clout. So I get it. Squash matches are all he's going to get probably till SummerSlam. That is, I hate to say it. we see a video package of Adam Pearce, Asuka, and Io Sky. Sky says she has avoided this fight for years. She looks up to Asuka and loves her. Still has respect for Asuka. Tells Asuka she looked up to the Asuka she has looked up to has changed. Asuka says Sky continues to disrespect her. Sky is her greatest disappointment, and she will cut her out of her life for good. Io says she is ready for Asuka, and Oscar hits her with the poison mist. So Pierce tells Asuka to leave and attends to Sky. This video segment, while half in Japanese, so good work on the translation, by the way. Half in Japanese. It I hate that there's no Kyrie, man. That kind of breaks my heart
It is
because
disappointing.
she was the whole center point of this story for the past 6 to 9 months.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But now that she's no longer employed, I mean, what do you do? What do you do? Like, she's in Japan. We get a backstage segment with Original Americano and Los Americanos Hermanos. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
For all intents and purposes, this is going to be Chad Gable and Kaiser. That's how I'm going to call them. You know who I'm talking about. You guys are smart enough to know which one's which. To hell with the El Grande shit. This was the 6-man tag. There was fake luchadors all the way around. And that's honestly, wait. Let me get my words right. Because I'm not going to read what you've said here. Yeah, hell yeah, McTaco. Hell yeah, McTaco. That's great. 6 non-luchadores in a match. What could go wrong, right? Right? No. A lot went wrong here. It was very fast-paced.
Read that again.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing. It's sarcastic.
I know.
Oh,
I actually thought that this was extremely disrespectful. Just truthfully. Of Lucha Libre entirely. Do you know why?
Why?
It'd been different if Rey Mysterio had been out there. It'd been different if Penta had been out there. If Dragon Lee had been out there. And I don't mean because this is 6 non-luchadors, and it feels wrong against Lucha Libre. Does that make sense?
It does.
I don't know. I'm very disappointed. The finish saw Americano. Thanks for the clarification. Hit the flying headbutt on Rio for the victory. It was the Chad Gable one, though, for the record.
Yeah.
So,
Dark Tree says that
John
needs to end. That is absolutely correct, sir.
I appreciate that. John Cena will be at Backlash tomorrow night because he has some history-making news. Taking odds right now that this is a Club WWE announcement.
I don't think
what you want to bet?
Because they've already started the Club WWE announcements and stuff like that. I think he's going to announce the draft.
Ooh, that would be sexy.
Because
that would be sexy. I think it'd be good
the
for
the groundscaping of the WWE. So that's the only thing I can really think of that would be accurate.
Agreed. Feels racist to see. Soundbank says absolutely. Thanks for saying that. I felt the same way. Kofi and Xavier were shit was wild as fuck. I agree, man. There's a lot here, guys. Like you're all ding 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 draft, says McTaco. Hell yeah.
What's up,
Evening
Calvin?
Hat and Buddha. What's up, GSK? Stage is open. We'll be doing the open bit at the end. Buddha might dip though because he's got a headache. So let's get through this so we can help Buddha out here. Pedro. I thought I paused it. Oh well. I'll take it off in just a second. I paused Sangia. All right. So I'm disabling sound alerts for the time being. Save your points. Pedro, thank you, Apocalypse. Appreciate that. We'll come back on once we get through the notes. What's up, JP? Good to see you, buddy.
What's up, JP?
Sorry, a lot to keep up with. Backlash card: Seth Rollins versus Breaker, Trick versus Sammy, Miz and Kip versus Danhausen, and Io versus Asuka, and Roman versus Jacob. Honestly, it's not a bad card. I miss the days of like 10 matches to a PLE. Oh, I'm sorry, pay-per-view. Pay-per-view. I said the thing. Uh Closing segment. Roman Reigns makes his way out. Pierce calls out Jacob Fatu. Reigns says he's been there over 12 years, says he's the one who held the door, and he will be damned if he doesn't get respect. Bitches about the tongue and death grip, and then Jacob gets started and tells Roman he is taking the title and everything that comes along with it. Jacob says he doesn't need anything to hold him back. Roman says Jacob is beneath him. Jacob loses it at that point and hits the tongue and death grip a few times before actually locking it in. Roman goes on the table, not through it. Looking at you, prop department. And Jacob signs the contract. Buddha's finishing note here was overall, Raw wasn't a bad show. No real bore fest, but again, nothing to write home about. And I think we both had an agreement that this was a 3 out of 5, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Buddha said here, I said here that this would have been better without the fake luchadors. That was my big negative take on the night. Do we agree with that, chat? Yes or no? Just yes or no. Real simple. Yeah. I don't know if your volume's low or something. I'm struggling to hear you. Hold on.
Have bad heads on my head at the moment.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, as long as you can hear me, it's fine.
I'm gonna try to put it back on here in a second. I'm just shit. This headache is killing me.
Well, you're good. There wasn't really any news besides the firings, and that's kind of been an ongoing story over the past 2 weeks. So, just gonna skippity do right past that and take us into SmackDown.
Buddha was a bit low because he had the headset off. SmackDown comes to us from Jacksonville, Florida. We open with the Jacob Fatu. He talks about winning tomorrow night, and the Usos interrupt and tell him the OTC will squash him. Jacob says he ain't losing, then tears into Jay about his losses. Jacob talks about his family. Says in the end that he's going to win the title no matter what tomorrow night. We cut back to a Nick Aldis interview. We get a Royce Keys Solo Sikoa segment. We get into match number 1, which was for the U.S. title, or the women's U.S. title, sorry. Tiffany Stratton defending the title against Kiana James. Before the match starts, Chelsea Green sent in a video. I didn't catch that, so what was that about?
Honestly, I don't remember because it was stupid. It was stupid. She was laid up in a hospital bed.
Well, you know why, right?
No.
She had heart surgery.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, she was dealing with something called SVT, I think is what it was called.
First, I'm hearing of it.
Yeah, so she actually had to have surgery and everything. Everything's good as far as I know, but like that's the reason that she hasn't been been around and everything.
Huh. Good to know.
Anyway, Kiana James was the primary force in this match, but Julia seemed angry. There was a point where Kiana had a pin and the crowd got to 3, but Julia was distracting the ref. Tiffany Stratton turned it around and got the win.
Yep.
This was probably the best match of the night, sadly.
Let's go, Chad. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. We cut to the
You think this was the best match of the night?
I do. Compared to everything else that I'll read about, trust me, y'all understand why. We cut to the Gingerbread Man funeral. Sami Zayn is awfully mad. Then interview with Rhea, Charlotte, and Alexa, with tension between Charlotte and Rhea, as always. We get a Damian Priest and R-Truth segment where Priest tells Truth to stay in the back because he knows how the numbers game works. Leads us into match number 2, Damian Priest versus Tama Tonga. Solo sat at ringside. This wasn't an all bad match till the end where Tama Tonga ran distraction. R-Truth came out. Tama Tonga got the win here. Royce Keys comes out to make the save from Priest and Truth getting a beatdown.
Sorry.
Was there any point that Royce Keys really needed to come out?
No. No, I honestly, I think he's going to end up in MFT, and
Think
it
so?
breaks my heart. Yeah, I don't like it. Chat, what do y'all think? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Hobbs should stay home. Yeah. Catering. Ooh.
Ooh, rough.
Matt says MFTs. Several times they cut to the gingerbread man funeral. I could have got my coursework done. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you're not
it was
wrong on that.
garbage, Aspie. It was
We get
garbage.
a backstage segment with Danhausen, Miz, and Kit Wilson. Who's the tag partner? Who do you think the tag partner is going to be?
Apparently it's a clone of Danhausen. So there's a segment later on in the show where he's trying to clone himself with a microwave and a laptop, and it's just stupid. It's
It
just
is
stupid.
stupid. Paul Heyman is here. We cut to the back, and it's Paul Heyman, Nick Aldis, and Gunther arguing over a contract. And Cody heads to the ring. Cody has a mic and says, "Let's talk about Gunther." Cody asks for Gunther and gets Paul Heyman. Heyman goes through his normal spiel, and Cody cuts him off and says, "Fuck a contract, let's go." Heyman says, "I'm here for Gunther's favor, and you do need a contract. This is for Clash in Italy." He says holding a contract. This was the favor. He said it twice. Cody asks Heyman, "Are you out of options?" Heyman says, "Sooner or later, they all need the wise man," and Gunther attacks. Cody holds his ground and says, "I'm easy to find, but hard to beat."
Okay, okay. Dark Tree. I see what you say there. Paul Heyman is a I don't want to say he's bad because I'm actually a Paul Heyman guy. I like Paul Heyman. I think he does great shit, but this was not one of his better segments. This was this was not Brock Lesnar. This was not his best friend CM Punk. This was not his OTC tribal chief Roman Reigns. This was it does kind of feel like he's been slutted off to Gunther.
Yeah,
And I get why Cody said this wholeheartedly. He is a mastermind in the back, and that's what I'm saying. He needs to stay where he does it the best. Fair.
agreed.
Fair.
But he is a hell of a mouthpiece, Dark Tree. Like, regardless of what he's doing, he is a hell of a mouthpiece.
Right?
We get a backstage segment with Thomas Solo and Tala. Solo wants Royce Keys in the MFTs. Thomas says no. He
Yeah.
feels as though that they were disrespected earlier, and he's going to make this right. Leads us to
Yeah.
match 3: Matt Cardona versus Ricky Saints. Ricky was quick on this match. Kind of feels like Cardona was only hired to put over newer talent. Ricky was very quick here and is an upper mid carder at minimum. He also does get the win with whatever the fuck he calls his finisher. I can't remember.
I you know, where he's so new, I don't have it memorized yet.
Right.
I don't have it memorized yet. But I will.
Caldon says Paul Heyman wishes he was in catering versus this storyline. You're probably true. Like that's
Yeah.
fair.
I don't doubt it.
Back
Yeah,
to the
okay.
funeral, and Sami Zayn is losing it. Probably getting an in-ring segment soonish. Brie and
Yeah.
Paige come out. They address the Judgment Day's comments from Monday and then get interrupted by Fatal Influence, who gets interrupted by the Irresistible Forces. Lash and Nia attack the
Right.
champs. This leads us into match number 4, which was Fatal Influence versus Rhea, Charlotte, and Alexa. Did we get a Gingy retcon here? Is that what that says?
Yeah. Yeah. They've put Gingy. They went back and they put the gingerbread man in all the photos from history past.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
from the days of DX to the Brock Lesnar defeating the Streak to just last week. They've went and put him in so many different things. It is definitely a history retcon.
Ashby says, I like Paul Heyman for his character play as a mouthpiece, but he needs to do better. He was better 2 years ago. That's fair.
Agreed.
Sim Game Matt says, Rochambeau is Ricky's finisher. Thank you very much for that. Soundbake says, my guy had a full life, LOL. The way they had it showing all night, yeah, Gingy had like the best life ever.
Yeah, he got to go to every event ever, all the time.
Right. He was in some of the biggest segments in history to see the video package we've seen. This was a very high paced kind of thing. Everyone had some time. The ending saw JC Jane get the win via distraction spot caused by Jade Cargill, who jerked Rhea Ripley off the apron, and Jane hits a rolling encore. B-Fab and Mishin show up to help Jade. Rhea gets back in, and Jade handles her. I
Yep.
hate to say it, but I did not want to
Honest,
see Jade Cargill come back.
me neither, because that means she's the next opponent. And I really just, we just did this. We
We
just
do
did
this. And
this.
it wasn't that great at WrestleMania.
Why?
So I don't expect it to be any better
Yeah.
when it comes to probably Clash in Italy, really.
Yeah. Ugh. She should have been out of the 25 cut. Hell yeah. But they didn't. She's probably on a 5-year deal.
Thank you, Broken Wolf. Adds in 5 minutes. Royce Keys shows up on screen, and the Usos approach him and tell him to mind his business. This leads us into match 5, which was actually the main event of the evening. It's Tama Tonga versus Royce Keys. Honestly, this match was fairly boring, probably the worst match of the night. We've seen lots of things here, but Royce Keys picks up the dub. No surprises there. I will say, we were talking about this earlier before the show started. I will say it was nice to see Royce Keys in a match that wasn't like 3 minutes long in a squash.
Good night, Vinny.
Good night, Vinny.
Yeah, I agree. I think Royce Keys, he needs some real fights, and maybe this is the way he's going to get them. But I swear to God, I think he's going to end up in the MFT's boat, dude.
Yeah, if he
It just
does,
feels
well,
like that.
I don't know, man. I feel as though if you go to the MFTs, you go to die. You know, look at JC Mateo and Talatonga, or Tonga Loa. There we go.
Yeah,
It's hard to keep all those names together. We get a
Yeah.
Danhausen segment. He appears to be cloning himself, like what Hat said earlier with the laptop and the scientific shit and the old what looked like Family Matters cloning machine.
Ooh. Soundbag says, I feel like Royce Keys and Jacob Fatu will become a tag team. That
would
wouldn't
be
be too bad.
scary.
That wouldn't be too bad. Aspie says, who is going to get the balls in WWE to tell TKO where to stick it? That's just it. Nobody. They write their checks.
Yeah.
So
There's no WWE saying anything to TKO that's going to make it any better. Sorry.
No.
Let's see. Tama Tonga gets a talking to from Shinsuke. The rest of the broadcast is for Trick and Gingy. Great. Oh my God, this is stupid. I decided not to include this in the notes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Like
it was very dumb. Trick comes out, does like a little sing along with a few choir people. Sammy eventually shows up and is like, "What the fuck is this?" We here at Rev X do not condone the actions of fake funerals. That is fair. That being said, this is the dumbest segment I've seen in a long time. Sammy eventually attacks Trick. Gingy sits up in his little yachty. Sammy gets beat with a candy cane and Trick shot to close the show. So this,
I didn't expect you to read that part.
I don't give a shit. It's there, so I'm reading it.
Okay.
The fact that Little Yachty set up with a kendo stick and hit Sammy a few times, done very little, but did save this just a little bit. If they would have ended with nothing happening with Gingy, I would have gave this show a 1. Like, just
Agreed.
being completely honest, I would have gave this show a 1 because it was just that bad. SmackDown overall gets a 2 from Hat. It's going to get just a little bit better and get a 2.5 from me.
SmackDown was better on Thursdays.
That's for sure.
Thanks,
That's
Rev.
for sure. It really was.
Thanks, Rev. Oh my God.
This was just a try. You know, for this to be the go home show for Backlash tomorrow, there was really not a lot of go homeness to this.
I agree.
Like it just fell flat is what happened.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's Raw and SmackDown this week, guys. Unfortunately, not great shows.
So,
go ahead.
I guess my question is, we need to we kind of need to move forward because I know like I said, I know you've got your headache and it's been bothering you since before the show. But honestly, this week sucked, guys. It just did. It sucked. I hate to say it. I'm not trying to be negative Nancy. Uh, Aspie says I give SmackDown half a point out of 5. I didn't even enjoy it. Hell yeah, Aspie. Good shout. Um, I guess at this point, let us go through the predictions for tomorrow, and then we'll open up the floor. So, match number 1, we have this set for live on ESPN2. It's Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. Buddha, who you calling?
Oh, shit. You know, this is actually the hard one.
I
Because,
know.
I mean, you say Seth, huh?
Yeah, I do. I do. I think Seth is going to it's his first real match back since he you know, since he got hurt. Actually,
Caldon
that's true,
says
both of
Nick Khan took all the money and ran. It's trash.
them.
Fuck Hunter too. AEW is so much better right now. It's not even close. All those are facts, Caldon. I don't watch AEW. I see clips of it, like when I'm scrolling through Facebook and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
it's not as much on Hunter as everybody thinks it is. TKO is coming in, taking over, and completely ruining WWE right now. Hunter can only do so
right.
much to stop that. So it's an unfortunate thing, but it is very true. That first match, I'm gonna differ you, man. I'm gonna say Braun Breaker. I think Breaker
Oh
needs
yeah.
it more than
Okay.
Rollins does.
Okay. That's fine. Match number 2, it is the US Championship. It is Trick Williams versus the gingerbread man himself, Sami Zayn.
Amazing
TKO
character,
always
bro.
made such shitty video games too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chad. You're right.
Definitely taking Trick
What
on
you got?
this.
Agreed.
I don't see a
Why?
reason for them to give him the title just to have him lose it like automatically. Just makes no sense to
There
me.
you go. There you go. Next up, we've got Miz and Kit Wilson versus Danhausen and Danhausen.
Whoever it is, it's probably going to be Danhausen and Danhausen, however they work
Yeah,
that.
I don't think it'll be another Danhausen, but I guess the real prediction is who's going to be the tag team partner. Miz and Kit, says Matt. Okay, okay. What do you need to
CM
give it
Punk.
one pay per view and see the light here? GSK is trying hard to turn us so hard.
GSK really is.
Ashby says
Match.
I'm still going to agree with Dark Tree because Seth Rollins has so many weaknesses that Braun Breaker can use. Yeah, yeah.
Dark Tree says
Think
Danhausen
was
will
their plan on?
win. Caldon says I will
No,
pay for
I
it.
don't. Dark Tree.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah,
Um,
Rev, I appreciate that. I agree. I agree. That's why I said Rollins. Look
Match
at you
4 is
talking
Io
wrestling, you
Sky
sexy
and
ginger.
Asuka. Who do you think's taking that one,
Yep.
Hat?
Io Sky. Io
Io Sky.
Sky. Yep.
Do we
What
see
about you?
Kairi Sane come back for one night to screw over Asuka?
Nope. She's in
Nope.
Japan. She's in Japan. Confirmed.
Right on. All right, and we got EO everywhere for the win. That's cool. Main event of the evening: Roman Reigns defends the World Heavyweight Championship against Jacob Fatu. Who do you see?
Oh, this is Roman, hands down, the OTC, my friend. What do you got?
Just leave it there because I have the same thing.
I figured. We've been doing this a long time, and I feel like that a lot of the times we get these right. So that being said, I'm gonna cut right there. Right there's the cut, guys. The stage will be opening up now. Exclamation point stage if you want to come up and make a statement or speak an opinion, get your thoughts out there. I've pinned it at the top of my chat and it's in Buddha's chat too. So raise your hands, guys, once you get there, and I'll start pulling y'all up. Whoever wants to go first is more than welcome to. I do have Aspie, Darktree, and Matt already in the audience, so I'm gonna go ahead and shoot those 3. Just do not talk over each other, guys. Appreciate that. Aspie, you were the first one to come up, so I'm gonna start with you. What do you got? What are your thoughts?
Well, as you can tell, my thoughts on tonight's SmackDown was shit.
Uh-huh.
As I've said already, I think Braun may win tomorrow.
Okay.
Roman, I think Roman for the Roman Fatu match.
Yeah.
Io,
Sure, I'll open it for
yeah,
you.
I agree with Io winning
Okay.
for her match.
And then what about for Trick Williams and Sami Zayn?
I think it'd be Trick, but
Okay.
I am a bit of a Sami Zayn fan.
I get that. I am too. I like Sami Zayn. Uh Darktree, you're up, man. What are your thoughts?
Um, I think tomorrow night is just going to be like another episode of Raw. To be honest
Okay.
with you, I don't see the luster in it anymore.
Okay. I get it. I get it. You elaborate or
I just think it's. I hate to say it, but I just feel like the product is getting stale.
okay?
The storylines that they're giving right now, whether that be WWE Creative's fault or TKO's involvement, I just think that they're not very engaging. It's just we had a guy laying in a casket for 20 minutes tonight. I mean, really?
Couple hours really. But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. Trash. You're right.
yeah, it's just the whole scene right now with WWE. It's just and then on top of that, you don't even do a tribute to Ted Turner.
Ooh, fair.
What the hell was that shit?
Yeah.
I mean,
That
I
is
get it that Ted Turner never owned WWE. But
but
if you go
WWE
back,
owns WCW.
but if you go back and look at the history, there was multiple times that Ted Turner, when he still owned WCW, showed up on WWE television.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how can you just blow over the history like that? That was so disrespectful. It's unbelievable.
But again, it goes back to, was
GSK
that a
says
WWE or was that TKO?
that's a good
And
question.
sadly, I feel
Honestly-
as though that was more of a TKO thing than it was WWE.
let's take
And-
the chat to Matt for a second. Matt, what are your thoughts, dude?
Well, about the Ted Turner thing, it's plain and simple.
Yeah.
It is TKO. TKO
Okay.
doesn't give a damn about WWE's past. They want to basically erase, we talk about it here. Everyone talks about it online. This seems like what happened with Vince. Well, TKO doesn't want to hear that anymore. So basically, they're never going to acknowledge something that happened in the past unless it benefits them. It's never going to happen. And that's why, they didn't do anything for Ted Turner. That is where it lies. It doesn't benefit them. So why are they going to cover it? And that's the biggest thing I have an issue with them is if it had been, Triple H, the normal creative guys, they would have covered it. They would have done the 10 bell like AEW did. But no, because TKO has decided to now put their say in everything, it's not going to ever happen again. Yeah, if a legend or somebody from the company dies, of course they're going to show it off. But if it's something like Ted Turner or someone who didn't have an in like on TV all the time, they're not going to mention it,
Yeah.
and that's what really sucks.
Well, let me
Hold
ask
on,
you this
hold on.
because let
Here's
me
one
ask the
thing.
question. Let me
Okay.
ask the
Okay.
question. Matt, did you notice during WrestleMania that on CM Punk's jacket there were 4 members of the WWE camera crew and creative team that
Yep.
that was a shout out, and Ted Turner doesn't even get a mention. I agree with you.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Dark Tree. Go ahead, Dark Tree.
Here's something that I just remembered. You guys do realize that Ted Turner was a WWE Hall of Famer?
Yes,
Yes.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
and not a word.
Exactly. And yeah, it's Ari Emanuel does not give a damn. And that is the worst thing about this. And that's what I was going to say a little bit. I'll tell you guys some other stuff in a minute here. But Ari Emanuel and the company themselves, they have such a huge hand over all of WWE now that it's gone to the point that if you guys remember back when Vince ran the company, they always talked about how Vince would rewrite the show up until like 10 minutes before showtime, sometimes even during the show.
Agreed. Yes.
The everything creative has to go through Ari Emanuel. They have to get his sign off before they can do the show. And that's not how it was before WrestleMania. Only since WrestleMania has it gone that far now that they require sign off by Ari himself. Or I can't remember. I know Nick has to send it up to him, but it's the levels and everything. It goes to Nick Khan then sends it up to him, and they decide yes or no. Or like with the Jade attacking Rhea. The only reason why they brought Jade back is because her contract is with TKO now. So if she wants to be used, all she has to do is call the TKO and say, "Hey, they're not using me." Immediately, they're going to use her again. That's the whole thing.
I think you're making a valid point there, Matt. GSK, you just joined us on the stage. What do you think about tonight, this week, in general?
The biggest problem I'm finding with this all is that, one, if you read all the press releases about all the money that Nick Khan and Ari Emanuel and all that are making, and after those horrible set of layoffs and taking people who were really good and really contributing and lowballing them and all that, take Ted Turner and that whole debacle. I mean, hell, they flew Sting in, Tony Schiavone. They really talk about a last-minute rewrite. He died earlier that afternoon, and they rewrote the opening of the show to make sure they did something. Yeah, it's a mess, and no one. WrestleMania set 9 hours, 4 hours of commercials. I mean, it's all about money. Yes, TKO has something like $4 billion worth of debt and all that, and they've got to cut the balance sheet. That's money. That's the reality of their business model. But they're making. It's like at this point, it's almost like the WTBS executives, Time Warner and all that, trying to cut the fat out of WCW and cut Ric Flair's hair and make him into a gladiator again. What the fuck?
Lord. My lord.
They did that. Oh, yeah.
I remember.
Like I said,
go ahead,
Bash at
Matt.
the beach.
What I was going to say is the funeral segment was actually handled by Molly Holly. She was the producer for the whole thing.
Oh my god!
It just recently got reported on one of the sites I follow. They said it was Molly Holly who took care of it.
Oh, Nora.
That explains a lot.
When you think about it, yeah. But no, it's just I've been watching this for so many years, and just I've been about the business for a lot more recently, and just seeing TKO do this. Like, I know we heard about the wrestlers leaving, but did you know they even fired people on the production side? A producer, an executive producer of the show, been there 25 years. His last name's O'Shea. He's gone. They just fired him.
Yeah.
They've also it's nuts that now. I mean, I understand some people, but the whole thing is, I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to hear in a little bit if there's some more people leaving. Because in all honesty, from what I was told, from what people have put out online as as what I've read online from other sites, they asked them to cut 50% of take a 50% pay cut and not get an increase in merchandise.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
a
that's huge
50%
numbers,
pay cut.
dude.
Oh, that is. But yeah, and here's the thing: is a lot of them wanted to stay, and you know what they asked for? Raise our merchandise. Give us more of our merchandise money than if you're going to take this, and the company wouldn't give it to them.
That makes no sense.
And
then.
unfortunately, some of the big name guys did take pay cuts. And I'm not sure. I mean, honestly, I don't know who it is who took the pay cuts, but it just makes me wonder why.
Oh.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, if you look at it, I saw that same report, and if you're making
Mhm.
$2 million and they ask you to make $1 million, and there was nobody else
Yep.
out there who's going to match $1 million for that talent.
Oh, exactly.
So,
No,
a million,
and
a
that's
million, a million still a good damn payday. So, if
yeah.
if the alternative is getting fired, then you take the $1 million.
Now, here's the
I
interesting thing. I know you guys, if you guys don't remember this, but LFG's winner, Tyra May Steele, the girl who won the contract, the Olympic medalist,
yeah.
she was
Yeah.
included in there, and it turns out her release was due to she was not progressing to the point that they could get her on NXT. And that was the big thing about the LFG, was to get her on NXT television to validate why she has such a nice contract.
I see.
And
I
mhm.
see.
And they also
Yeah, that
mentioned
kind of.
Drake Moreau was also supposedly cut. Honestly, he wasn't cut. He was just sent to AAA
Yeah, I seen
because
something like that.
because Undertaker's booking AAA now, and Undertaker was Drake's coach during the LFG show. So instead of just cutting him, they said, we can't use you on NXT. We may use it in the future, but right now we feel you might be better suited for down in AAA. And I'm sorry, this is the guy who's dating Roxanne on the main roster.
Yep.
So how do you think
Yep.
she feels finding out her boyfriend has to go down to AAA? You know?
Well, as far as Matt, as far as that goes, that's a business
Mhm.
decision. I don't
Mhm.
think that necessarily holds any merit to it as
Oh, I
far
know.
as Roxanne's feelings.
Of course.
But you're right.
Still.
It is a thing. So let me kind of round us off here because again,
Yeah,
I am trying to get Boot out of here.
of
He's had a
course.
rough day, man. He's been at work all day. So, guys, is there anything else you guys want to throw out before we wrap things up? Any last minute predictions or you know, uh besides our and I am going to word it like this, besides your tribal chief going
Acknowledge me.
when he wins again.
Let's
Yeah.
touch on that for a second. Did you see that they pulled him from all June shows?
Yeah.
No.
Yes,
He has
that's
no shows
shows in
confirmed.
June, he has been pulled from.
That is confirmed that he is not going to be around for June.
Now, see,
Oh,
this
I
is
wish
where
you'd have said that before I made a prediction.
Well, here's the thing that gets me is with the supposedly this is what happened. They announced him being more full time, but they didn't check his contract because something in his contract stated that he had to have most of June off. So they announced him as being full time, yet he can't do it because of something coming up in June for him. So
Well,
I say he
wait,
wins. Yeah,
didn't he say that he was going to be full time though? Like
He did.
that's
yeah, he did.
that's the part that fucks with my head. Like,
Well,
okay, he knows he's got to be off in June. That's part of his
Hmm.
contract, right? So
Yeah,
what the hello, McFly? Hello?
I know,
Just
right?
If I remember correctly, what he exactly said is that the fans can expect to see him weekly until SummerSlam.
Yeah, and I'm
man,
I'm trying to figure out from anyone who I know who's in the business who might have any idea. I'm trying to figure out
yeah,
what that could be. I was thinking it might be the Mortal Kombat movie, but I don't think
that's
they'd
done.
be promoting it yet.
No, it's already in, it's filmed, it's done. Like the
I,
only thing that needs to happen now is it to be. You're right, the red
yeah,
carpet and shit.
and that's the only thing I can think of. And even then, it wouldn't be a reason for him to be gone the entire month. So that's why I think they might have some sort of swerve plan there for that match to make it look like Roman won, but I don't know. I'm almost thinking they
It's
might put the title on Jacob for a while just to help, keep the title being, fought with.
With
I mean,
Roman
I don't know.
just winning it?
Yeah.
Okay, here's my thing. If anything, Jacob hurts Roman, and both of them end up to the point to where, they've beat each other up. Roman secures the victory and then is out because of medical reasons for a month.
hmm
That's
Well,
that's what I see happening.
there is one other person who could be involved in this match that we don't know about yet.
Huh?
Dwayne the
Okay.
Rock Johnson.
Oh God, no.
That's true too. That's true too.
Mhm.
Although it's on a Backlash versus a Mania. That
Yeah, no, you're not going to get The Rock on a
I don't
minor
know.
PLE.
It's family. It's family. It's very possible. Don't
Exactly.
discount anything.
And they're still working on the idea of having Roman versus Rock in Riyadh next year for WrestleMania. So
I would love that.
yeah, that's their
I would love
idea.
that.
We shall
The only
see
reason I'm
on
saying-
that one.
Yeah, the only reason I say that is because The Rock does have a very nice house in Tampa, so it's not too
Yeah.
hard for him to drive on over.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of Mania in Saudi, let's be honest. The Saudis
Huh?
are going to book that event.
Well, they already have.
Yeah,
The
that's
Sau-
already
the
I'd say that's
Saudis are
done.
going to say what they want, and they're going to get what they want. It's happened
Way
how
in
many
advance.
different times in the past,
Way in
They
advance.
and that's well documented.
Yep.
Uh,
And today it just
you
came out
guys-
that's.
I was going to say anything else before we close out here.
I got you. I was going to say is that it's just been confirmed that Saudi Arabia has an additional 5 years. They have confirmed they are going to continue with an additional 5-year contract after this current contract is over. So they got 5 more years of Saudi Arabia.
Woohoo! I'm so
One more.
excited.
I have one more thing. Next
Go ahead.
week,
Yeah, go ahead, GSK.
next week, AEW Dynamite, Darby Allin for the world title against Katsuchika Okada. Oh my
That'd be a good
God,
one.
Rainmaker.
That's actually probably going to be a good match.
Oh,
it's
that
gonna
would be awesome.
I mean, the Don Callis family is slowly exploding as Andrade, Okada, what's the other guy's name? Takashita. They all want the world title, and Don Callis has promised it to all of them. And MJF put his hair on the line at the next pay-per-view to get the title back himself. So, and from what I
Right.
understand, he's probably leaving for a movie or something himself. So MJF might get his head shaved.
I mean, it's a good time to if that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
You guys
Hey,
got
hitting
anything
all
else?
cylinders.
Because
come on, come to the dark side. We have cookies.
I hear you. He's trying so hard. Maybe we'll review an AEW show or two one day in the future. But
Pay-per-view.
Right now-
I'm paying for it.
oh, okay, okay. Well, we'll see. We might can work something out, GSK. That being said, Buddha, you got any final thoughts?
No, I'm good.
All right, guys, I want to thank everybody for coming onto the stage tonight. Aspie, Dark Tree, Matt, Caledon. You guys are freaking legends for sticking with us as we go through and we do these WWE shows. We don't get a huge turnout, so any turnout is appreciated. That being said, that's Buddha-Fire. I'm MJ Hat, and we'll see you next week, guys. Or we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.
Stay frosty, y'all. Be good.
You too.
Later.
Bye. And we're out. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for